Let's go.
Hey YouTube, this is Adrian Only 22 and Bo Titan. We're gonna do on camera, and we're gonna do a walkthrough of Valhalla Knights 3. Now this game's been out for a couple of months now, and you can't really find a whole lot of information on it on the internet. So we decided we were gonna go ahead and do this walkthrough, as well as a strategy guide on how to build your characters and things like that.
Main story mostly.
We're going to do a walkthrough of the main story, not so much the side quests themselves, although there are some pretty good ones that are used for training. We could probably go into a brief description of some of those. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Now the loading screens in this game kind of get a little bit repetitive. When we edit this through in future episodes, we'll just cut these out. Okay. Now, if you look on the PSN store, there is quite a bit of DLC for this game. If anything, when you go on to the PSN store and you look at the DLC, I do highly recommend that the first thing you get is good cat food. It makes it to where every step you take, you get a gold. So you take a rubber band and a good night's rest, and you got about 200,000 gold.
Yeah. One thing that you're never going to understand in this game is story. I don't even understand this story, and I already beat this.
Emperor is evil and wants this treasure thing that will grant him immortality or something.
And
He's a bad guy, and he kills that guy.
He kills everybody, everywhere, all the time. Keep track of how many people he kills. Seriously. There's way too many.
So W. Flockhart is the creator of this famous criminal who found this treasure and basically caused this war to happen between the Imperials and the Empire, and yeah.
Yeah, but nobody knows what this treasure is, what it even looks like, or where it's at. They've been searching forever, still can't find it. Nobody even knows if it exists or not.
Yep. And by the way, if it isn't obvious, this walkthrough is designed for you guys to go through it with us, type of deal. Because I'm not going to voice over all the text and crap. Just not going to do it.
Narration sucks. So, you're actually in a castle prison. It's very complicated. If it's a prison, I really don't think they need social life, but just...
Or strippers.
Just saying. Or the strippers. Apparently you're a prisoner when we get there in this huge fun little castle / prison. Fun castle prisons. And you're kind of just stuck in one area of this game.
Don't get us wrong, Valhalla Knights 3 was a very fun game. I beat it in about 4 days.
Let's see, I got the game on Sunday, and I beat it on Friday. So yeah, if you actually play the game consistently, it's about a week long. But that
also depends on the amount of grinding you want to do, and how easily you want to beat the final boss.
Or even how much free time you actually have.
That too. Free time is a huge thing.
Okay. So
and money makes this game a lot easier.
So I think we're just going to skip over this cutscene. Cutscenes like this are skippable. So here we are, about to get to our character creation.
Hooray. Now, between the two of us, we both experimented with the classes a little bit, and the races. From what we've gathered, now honestly, before I did this, my main character is a human in my main file, and My first attempt at defeating the final boss, I got wrecked like 3 times in a row. And as far as classes are concerned, there's a total of 20 classes. You have 6 of them available at once, or at the beginning of the game. And you can gain 5 more through job class cards. They're in rare chests that are trapped.
Chances are they'll kill you, but who cares, because that's what we're here for. Anyways, here we are at your main character creation. What you really want to know is just what you want to be. Now, both of us have experimented with this, and to be honest, and this is just personal preference, your main character should be your biggest focus in terms of healing. Healing comes from intelligence and your spirit, so find a race that fits that. If you have a high spirit but a lower intelligence like the elf, if you can see intelligence is B but spirit is A, you can focus on a healer there. But to be honest, your first class should be human, your first race. They're just over-round.
They're well balanced and
in everything that you're going to be doing.
Exactly, and at the beginning of the game that's kind of important.
This is why we suggest your main character actually be your healer. He or she should also be your main focus too.
Reason is because in this game it's basically clan on clan. You'll see what I mean when we get into actual fights. It becomes a 7-on-7. And in a battle, if you defeat the leader last, you gain more experience. If you defeat them first, you get a higher chest drop rate for rare items. So basically, your main character is the clan leader. You can even name your clan.
We're gonna refer to this as your commander.
Basically, our commander is going to be a human, and we're gonna make him a male, and
male humans actually have a different base stat.
On top of that, it's also very important that he is male for what we're going to be doing with him. So I'm just going to use my YouTube name, Adrian Oni.
And whatever. First and last names don't really matter on here. Your nickname is the one that everybody's going to refer to you as on this game.
If you use a name that's higher than 9 characters, you get more bonus points to allocate your stats with.
So your personality,
there's not a whole lot known about this stuff, but we have gathered that Free Spirit
is the best for what we're going to be doing.
So Free Spirit's the best for magic users. As far as I can tell, cool, competitive, and wild are going to be your best for your main attackers, so keep that in mind.
And just look for things. Keep an eye out on the actual NCPs that get to play with you as well, and take a look at their personalities and what they're actually meant to do. Now here we are, just going to go through, create a character. Very generic character, don't really need to worry about this part. This won't affect any stats. So just go down through and make this guy out.
I kind of already know the presets I want. It's kind of scary looking. I don't know, I'm very impartial to the gray eyes. I like all that. But we'll go with blonde hair. With gray eyes. This is just all customization stuff. So, I mean, I'm not going to do scars. I'm going to do a little bit of facial hair.
Just spend some time customizing your character. You know, he is going to be your character. At any point in the game, you can actually change these things. So, it costs money, but you can change it.
And that's why we recommend the Good Cat Food DLC, because
everything costs money in this game.
And it's terribly expensive. So, one thing I want to point out that's going to make sense later on in the game is that little mark right there. It's called the Mark of Death. And that's basically one of the huge hitting points in the main story.
Alrighty,
that you are marked by that.
So let's go. Okay, so here's...
So here's your... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Here's the important part. It's your class time. Again, you do have several classes. Prisoner, Fighter, Mage, Priest, Thief, and Akitoki. If you played the other ones, Akitoki used
And
to
Archer.
be and the Archer. If you played the old ones, Akitoki actually used to be a race rather than a class, but it's now a class. So Prisoner's cool if you know anything about Final Fantasies, which we do. Prisoner is kind of like an onion knight. It has very diminished stats, but it can equip everything. It's good later, but takes a lot of grinding to make it good. So we're actually going to skip over the Prisoner. Fighter's going to be your main fighting classes, but again, your main character, we don't want a main character who is a fighter. They can equip swords, great swords, maces, and spears, along with shields. They have higher attack, but they're overall just very basic.
Yeah, most of their skills, which, if you played past Valhalla Knight games, in order to get attacks and stuff, like magic spells and stuff, you would have to find the books. In this game, they allocated kind of a more of a Final Fantasy feel where you gain points to unlock those skills.
Skill tree.
Yeah, so you basically have a skill tree in this game.
Okay.
And most of Prisoner's skills are going to be like weapon bashes and, you know, stuff like that. But we'll go over that when we go to our skills.
The mage is just that. They're your main magic attacking forces. Between fire, ice, wind, comet, things like these. They're actually good to have early, but we don't need your main character as a mage either.
No. In this situation...
Come on, we're just explaining the
Okay.
classes. Next is priest. Priest is your main healer. If you start off as a priest, you get your first healing spell, Aid. No other character will have this unless you make one, which costs money, or which you don't even get that ability until a little bit later in the story. So this is our go-to boy right now. But let's go finish with the other classes. Thieves are nice to have. They have higher speed, they have higher skill, they can use short swords, knuckles, and bows. Halflings are best suited as thieves, and their skills are actually very nice to have too.
Thieves are a good thing to...
Unlock chests with.
You can unlock chests with them, but as well as early, you want to kind of train up a thief a little bit so that you can get the ability escape. That way, if you're dying and you need to get back to the town, you can get out of the dungeon and do so. It's the best way to do it early.
Next, the Akitoki. These are actually well-suited attackers. They have actually really good skills as well. From what I noticed, there is a boss in this game that does a Kamehameha wave from Dragon Ball Z, and I'm pretty sure it comes from the Akitoki. Their skills are actually very nice, but it's their passive skills that you really want. I haven't really experienced too much with the archers.
From what I've noticed, their final skill allows them, basically, if you remember in the first one, where they had, you build up a special attack type of thing, and you rain down arrows, that's kind of what that final skill is.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go choose our priest.
Alright, and then because my nickname isn't that long, I only got 7 points to allocate.
So with the priest, their main attack force actually comes from their intelligence. So we're just gonna put all of our points into intelligence. This will make you heal a lot better.
As well as if you become like what I call a mixed mage. Like, I like to be that guy. Okay, well, I can... there's a spell called Adios, heal all, basically. And then turn around and use, like, Comet or something. If I'm going to be a mage, I'm going to be a multiple role mage. That's the way I do it.
Alrighty, here we go. We're in the prison, and we're gonna actually be cutting out now. After all these cutscenes go, because again, you're gonna be playing this game, not us. We'll meet you once these cutscenes are gone. Later.